Wow, it just goes straight in. Okay.
First day of trial.
Oh. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. But we're just gonna start a trial anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Because our client won't tell us what's happening.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
God damn it.
I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes?
A defense attorney should never believe their client.
What the fuck do you know about defense attorney?
Whoa.
You're a prosecutor.
You're a prosecutor. You don't know shit. Don't tell me how to do my job.
The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing.
This is such a Japanese like legal system mentality, though.
Never forget that.
No, you're an asshole, Miss
What?
Sky. You remind me a lot of Mia, but there is one decisive difference between you and her.
She also looks like Mia.
You're
And
a
that
fucking
is?
asshole. You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial.
That's basically him telling her she wasn't an asshole.
Well, yeah, that's a very professional way to say that.
Good luck, Mr. Wright.
Why am I defending?
Are we trying to help her? What the fuck? Why is she so mean to us?
Well,
My
because
first-
she accepted the help begrudgingly because Emma was so insistent. She accepted the help for Emma's benefit.
Yeah.
I should just go home. So for my first trial without a fae helping me, no one's going to bail me out this time. Except Emma, potentially.
Oh, that's Mia.
Yeah, I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. No
I
cheating.
think I hear another one of them quinceañeras happening in my neighborhood. There's some sort of celebration going on. What a time to be doing that. Y'all need to...
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Look, you only turn 16 or 15 once. Whatever it is.
15. Quince is 15, yeah.
Oh, right.
Spanish.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
Why?
I don't know.
What are you gonna do?
Like thanks, but no thanks?
You're like a 14-year-old child.
Why does he accept all this help from these young girls?
Because they're pretty.
At least
but like,
Maya,
have you noticed that? Like, at least Maya's like
Maya
young.
is a spirit medium who can summon the dead. That's incredibly useful.
But why is she young? Why is it always written of young?
Maya
is also his mentor's sister.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it was so easy to get entangled with Maya. But now Emma
is just inserted in.
Yeah, and Emma's just like, well, you remind me of that girl that I got entangled with out of necessity.
But like, why do they always have to be so young? That's just weird.
Japan.
Well
like, why is he hanging around
Japan's
with these
why.
like young ladies? You know?
Well, because Japan.
Yeah, it's like why couldn't she be like a 25-year-old sister or something? I don't know.
Well, later on,
You don't
in
want to
the
protect
series-
that.
Well, later
That's
on
true.
in the series, we will see 25-year-olds and whatnot.
Okay, but for now we'll just.
for the trial, Miss Land of Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Wow, fuck you. Wow, didn't we just help him?
Edgeworth, why are
What
we?
the hell?
Get
Why
out
is
of-
everyone so?
Oh shit, we're bringing it up right away. Let
It's
the game
been
talk.
2 months.
Yeah,
but I
I
haven't
know.
been in a courtroom since his trial.
What an asshole. We just helped him.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr.
Technically,
Edgeworth.
the judge's hands, not.
Yeah.
Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
In my car.
Wow. He's much more forceful in person.
All right, she's a huge stand for Edward.
I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
What a simp.
Yeah.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life.
Wow. We will fucking execute her today.
There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cop queen.
Oh my god.
The interrogatrix.
The prostitute.
Haven't I seen you somewhere?
Oh my god. Like online?
Yes.
Oh no.
She's a porn star, right? Like Angel Starr with 2 R's. I mean, like, that's...
Well, we'll see.
Okay. You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really
How is this allowed? How is this allowed?
He's just getting bribed live in front of everyone.
What? Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
That's clearly hurikake. Come on.
What the fuck?
What?
Thanks.
Why is she giving everyone food? This is so awkward.
Because it's all delicious looking.
It's just that is cheap though. That's just rice with some shit sprinkled on it. There's nothing else in it.
Some people dig it though. It's like an onigiri.
I want some shrimp or some like Sara made basically that yesterday, but she had shrimp.
Yeah, that's definitely an improvement for sure. You want some protein in there. Will the witness state her name and profession?
Ah, and you, sir. What is that? That just looks like rice with, I don't know.
Black sesame seeds on it.
Yeah.
Like a fingerprint in the original?
Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
I don't have any strong memories of a fingerprint.
I remember it looking way more like a fingerprint.
You might be thinking of the actual investigation stuff where you blow the dust.
Oh, okay, maybe, yeah.
It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Oh, I'll eat it.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? Why is she evading
this is why
question?
everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What?
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Caviar is just salty. It's
What?
just salty eggs.
Name, profession, now.
Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days.
That's an okay name for a restaurant. I'd frequent a Lunchland.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Dramatic fade-ins and fade-outs of music.
Yeah.
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait.
Wow.
Hurry it up.
Bro, it's not lunch break.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Yeah, that's my reaction. Miss Starr was a detective? What the fuck? No.
Uh-huh. I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Wow.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Just who is this lady?
She's a prostitute.
Yeah, it's such a weird, reaction from the judge.
Her reputation precedes her.
Yes.
She's just like, oh, I haven't seen you since you were in my bedroom a couple months ago or last year. If I might have the court's attention over here.
Okay, she actually has diagrams.
Oh, okay.
So this
parking lot-
chapter is hella diagram driven.
That's true. There's lots of diagrams. in
Okay,
this.
I like diagrams. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes? What a basic question.
This is a tiny parking lot.
It is.
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk.
Also, that's a terrible parking spot. Look at that.
Yeah, wait,
How
what?
do you
How are
park your
you?
car there?
I don't know.
It might have like a conveyor belt mechanism.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
possible. You do see the stacking in the top part. Yeah.
There's like a
Is it
rotating
like-
thingy.
Okay. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out.
Okay.
Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Okay.
Parking lot floor plans added to the court record.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright,
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
This is a
if you
weird,
can,
like,
then give them your worst, Miss Starr.
What
a
the-
I'm
weird
so
amalgam.
excited.
she's like an amalgam of like a lunch lady with a detective with a dominatrix. It's like
Yeah.
The porn star. I firmly believe she's just a prostitute porn star type person, and
that
everyone's
delivers
just
lunch.
like, lunch, quote, air quotes.
She cam girls on
But
the
she
side.
has actual
Yeah.
lunches.
Yeah, I mean, but we see them. They're not. I mean, that's the cover. You know, it's
Wait.
like code. Like, oh, you want like. You know,
You want
the
some of
turkey
my
sandwich?
caviar?
Yeah, you want the caviar, wink, wink, or the
Well, yeah, every
know.
item is code on a menu.
yeah, exactly. This
And
is
you
what
get a
we're
free
talking
lunch out of it. Well, the lunch comes with
Afterwards,
it.
they give.
You're buying the lunch, but then along with it comes you're buying an extremely expensive lunch, but coming with it is a free sex act.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
We
that's
figured
what
it
we're
out.
doing.
Good job, everyone.
We figured out the prostitution.
Figured
Wait,
out.
are they talking about me? Sweating. Loud sweating.
Alrighty, so a day. Oh, sorry, I thought this was
Yes,
already.
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox, quote quotes, air quotes, to my boyfriend.
Quotes.
When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work.
Whoa.
All through the wire fence, I saw Chief Prosecutor standing next to a garish car.
Garish.
Garish?
It's like showy,
It's
like
It's like,
Oh.
ooh, it's so hoity-toity
Garish.
and expensive.
A garish car.
fancy schmancy.
The Chief Prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Damn.
Mmm. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
Wow.
As you can see, there's no room for doubt. Key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed at Detective Goodman. Zing!
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Is she a Monty Python fan?
Yeah, maybe she
Very
is.
well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness, but I'm going to let you know I'm rooting for her.
She gave me camera.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
A day like this would come.
How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
I like how he bowed and was like, fuck you.
Yeah, basically.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim,
Oh shit, the evil eye.
killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
She's
Why are
able
you
to just
talking
talk
to
to her.
Yeah. I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Oh, okay, so she has a fucking...
Laid
She's
off.
got beefs.
She's got beef.
Fired.
She was fired. So she was fired. That's why she's against them. To me,
Wow, this is-
prosecutors are nothing more than worms.
You're establishing your own
Exposition. There's a
motive.
lot of exposition in this one press.
That said, I'm a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Lunchbox to boyfriend.
This boyfriend, he's the detective?
What? Not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have...
Yeah, of course she has
Several?
several boyfriends. Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other boyfriend. Care to join? And yet, another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. Wow. The security guard room is in the lot in A block.
Up there in the upper left.
It's up on the second level so you can see everything from there.
That would be the room with the security sign that's cut off because this is not the DS version. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
Detective intuition.
That suggests she didn't have a good angle. She's across. You sense something. So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
It felt like, how would you say? Oh, yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chuck full of seeds. What?
Oh, what?
I have no idea what that means.
Neither do I.
Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
He's wearing that tie very oddly.
He's an odd-looking gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese.
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Then I must be hard yellowed and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with the odor of old cheese to match. Well, this has gone on in a very interesting
This is a
direction.
very elaborate metaphor.
Yeah.
In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
Like macaroni in a pot.
Yeah, apparently.
Garish car.
By garish car, you mean...
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth. Wasn't it?
Why isn't he a suspect?
Yeah, wait, what?
Also, why shouldn't he be separated from the case?
Yeah,
There's like a
doesn't
clear
seem-
conflict of interest at work here.
just because of that, he's involved.
Yeah, he's way too
at
involved
the very
to do
least,
this.
as not a witness, but like I guess like property damage. You know, like he shouldn't.
If nothing else, he shouldn't be the prosecuting attorney here.
No,
For sure.
Japan doesn't care.
Maybe
Japan
they
is
don't.
like-
I don't know. Indeed, it was.
Everyone's
My
like,
God, my
how is he
knife
allowed
and-
to prosecute?
What an odd case this is. Why are you prosecuting, Miles? And the person you saw, you sure was a defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away.
Damn.
I am certain it was her.
I mean, that outfit is pretty hard to mistake.
She's telling the truth. We're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
She knows the strat.
Just like CinemaSins. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo,
Wow, he's using an air.
you are a biased witness.
Bam!
Yeah. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of my shtick.
I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
New face. She dips her head slightly.
Dang.
That was inspiring. I felt something down there.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture.
In this world, it isn't as simple as getting a picture on your phone, so did you just have a camera?
Maybe, for reasons.
In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. What the hell?
Okay, alright. That's why.
This is so weird.
I
Why is
suppose
it
that's
rigged with a camera?
More exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only just seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. What the fuck?
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
But when was this photograph taken? Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Sky.
So, what was the defendant doing at the time? And then back
Let's
into...
let's look at the photo. I want to look at it.
Okay.
Because I'm sure there's something weird, right? So it is A block.
Yes, A block.
There is the wall.
Yes.
That's behind and edge.
Honestly, that looks like the lunch lady just dressed as her. Like, they all look the same. Like, the
What's
same
in her
face.
hand? Is she holding something?
No, it's a glove. She has
no,
gloves
nothing's
on.
actually in her hand,
Okay.
no.
Okay, so
But
it's
she is
just
covered in a
position.
bloody trench coat. Of
Okay,
some
the
kind.
blood is on the outside of the trench coat, and yeah, that all adds up. I mean,
So far. Nothing glaringly obvious just yet.
Yeah.
Holding a knife in the right hand.
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Is your knife... It is your knife, after all.
Yes, that is about right.
Why does he have a knife? What the fuck?
He claims it's part of his toolbox, which is a little odd.
Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs.
By nature?
What? That makes no sense. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
Stop talking about eggs. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? A knife in a Goodman's chest.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
That's usually a pretty poor defense.
Yeah, it's true.
The defense has a point, though. The hell are you doing?
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
What the fuck? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty fatal to me.
How's it flawless? What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having a panicking next to me makes me calmer.
I understand how that works.
Don't smile like that.
That's weird. Okay.
All right. So that's the end of the testimony so far. Knife in right hand. Maybe there's something to do with that.
Can I see the picture again? Just a description.
Oh. Moment of the crime as photographed.
Oh yeah, there's a knife too. Okay.
None of this. I think.
So this case is a bit tougher because by nature they made it longer and thus made the clues more obtuse. So like you have to actually like kind of puzzle things together a bit more.
Yeah. Already checked that part. Just making sure that there isn't any way to get some fingerprinting stuff off of it. Looks like not.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's look at the statements. Okay.
Okay.
So holding a knife in her right hand, thrust the knife into the chest.
Do we have an autopsy report?
Okay.
There is actually. Loss
cause of death from chest wound. Okay.
Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife.
That's different. Nah, it's probably just a little. When is the date of on the ticket? Let's see. 7/12. So that is 3/12. No, 5/12.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Through the fence, saw the prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Well, a picture. We don't see Detective Goodman at all here, do we? Like, when was
That's
this
true.
taken?
We don't see Goodman, and we don't see the knife.
We don't see anything.
For all we know, she's just opening the trunk. Right?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe the knife in right hand with the photo. The contradiction is that she's not holding a knife in the photo in the right hand. The fact that she's holding nothing might be what.
But she, maybe. But it's like she could have just taken the photo right after it was done, and therefore that's.
I mean, we got what we got.
It says the moment of the crime.
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
Since it says moment of crime,
the description does say moment.
I'm going for it.
Okay.
It worked.
And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife.
As I've already said, yes. I swear on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
It looks more like a Naruto lunch. It's a Naruto lunch.
I see a swirl, but no salmon. I'm sure that's a fine lunch. Give it here.
What? Isn't that odd? Look at this photograph.
Yeah.
This is the photograph that made me laugh. You took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? And why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Oh, that's a weird tangential thing to bring out, because I think the obvious conclusion is that the photo is taken right after.
Well, she said it's the moment of the crime, so don't say that then.
That's so nitpicky, but okay.
Well,
that's what we have to do. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. See,
listen to the game, Marvin. Quit trying to inject your own damn logic into this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for brain.
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
I should have made it weaker then. Yet, it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
Wow.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I saved your motherfucking
Zing,
life.
by the way. This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter.
Uh-huh.
The dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat.
But it's a black and white photograph. Why are you still shooting black and white photographs?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, who knows what that is?
It's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, what?
Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse?
Yeah. You got a better idea? Well, it's usually an object. Usually you do object. You never just let things go.
Fine.
Objection seems. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony.
He's probably gonna get shot down here.
Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed it. Oh, we are being nitpicky.
Okay.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
So much for her flawless testimony.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved.
It's true.
If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot.
Guys, I think Glenna Sky is a robot clone of Angel Starr.
She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. What? Now we're saying premeditated.
How do you know?
This is getting a little speculative here. Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, all those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
Larg.
No.
These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony. Let's press this first.
Yeah. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves?
Why do people wear driving gloves, by the way?
Better grip on the wheel.
I guess so. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Arg.
Impressive. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was actually thinking of trying to why that would be wrong.
I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything? Oh, this is the
wait,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
okay. We're just being forced into that.
Okay, so he says he needs to prove that it wasn't premeditated. So usually that's evidence. What says that?
Single stab wound. 4 o'clock and 5:30 compared to...
Okay, so let's think about this. So when you plan a murder, to plan the murder, you bring... She called Goodman over, right? To the spot.
Presumably.
Put on the gloves and use the car as a way to hide evidence.
Right.
I think it must be the knife. Because she didn't bring her own murder weapon.
Ah,
Took
yeah.
it from Edgeworth's toolbox.
I think you're right about that. That sounds familiar.
I think that would suggest that's not premeditation. If you're premeditating it, usually people bring their own weapons. Unless she knew somehow Edgeworth had a knife in the toolbox, which is
unlikely.
Considering knives are usually not in toolboxes.
Well, if she were a true mastermind, she could have brought her own weapon, seen that she could improvise a weapon, and then switch to that in order to obfuscate her premeditation.
Maybe.
That's advanced chess. All right, let's go with this then. That sounds about right.
Objection!
Yep.
Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife.
Oh my God.
What's with this case?
Whoa, jeez.
What difference the chief prosecutor's district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people?
What?
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, Ricky?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. That's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh, gotcha.
Oh, she's
This
sweating.
knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
Roar.
Yep. Order!
Great.
Order!
Nah, the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. I don't think so, not yet.
The fact that it's not premeditated doesn't really change much.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing the prosecution need prove, nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. And
Oh, that was weird.
The line said
if it wasn't blah, blah,
she
I don't know what it
wasn't,
said.
why would she be wearing?
Yeah, so she was probably going to bring up the gloves again. I'm sorry, I think it skipped ahead to that animation because I'm in the habit of hitting B after text starts so that all the text can be on screen for you to read. But that backfired on me. I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now?
Again.
Oh
We're
my
doing it
God.
again.
Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
That's a massive contradiction right there.
Yeah, it's fairly
Well,
simple.
it was only once.
Yeah.
I mean, that contradicts even her earlier testimony.
Yeah.
You don't even have to look at the court record for that. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
This judge
I'm just
sucks.
ignoring all sorts of details. I'm
So
barely
if I
here.
ordered pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
Oh,
Get wrecked, bitch.
shut up, little girl. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Her deductive skills are very poor.
You
Yeah.
could probably go straight to the fourth thing.
Yeah, let's just do that. It's so glaringly obvious.
This bitch.
You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you
Ugh.
with my moss surprise. What the?
What is that actually? I have no clue what that would be in
It's a
real life.
moss surprise.
I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr.
What?
Oh, she angry.
What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. You know how to read.
What a hunk. He's my hero, really.
She says with an angry look on her face.
What about my objection? No one noticed me? Am I
Well,
not a
witness? Murder.
You got the crime scene set, right? What the fuck?
That's like a knife stabbing a pool of blood.
I don't understand this.
Oh, I guess the rice is bleeding. Never mind. If that is taken
Yeah,
to be
but she
flesh,
keeps she keeps just giving people lunch. She's like, here you go.
then there's a lot of people in the courtroom, actually. Oh, thanks. I'll eat this one too.
Oh my gosh, hold on. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. What?
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Oh. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. So wait, what if she just spilled shit on her from lunch? I'm like, that's...
Or it's not even blood. It's just some other
Like
colored
ketchup.
thing because it's black
Yeah.
and white.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Testify!
Oh, it goes right into the original testimony. Red muffler. Oh, sorry. I guess you could read this because
Wait,
it's
wait.
new.
Yeah.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Should I press?
Look at the evidence.
What part?
Yeah, there. Let's look at that. There is no muffler.
Is that even the same car? That doesn't even look like the same car, but whatever. Maybe.
There is no muffler.
What kind of muffler? Oh, right.
She's not
It's
even wearing a
that
muffler.
scarfy thing that she usually has on in
she's
all her
wearing-
sprites,
she
but
is-
she's
she
not
is-
wearing it there.
Yeah, she's wearing no muffler at all.
Okay, so resent the photo again, I guess.
Yeah. Look at this photograph.
Again.
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
You're a dumbass.
Huh? But that can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Oh, that's classist as fuck, Edgeworth.
Dang.
Get out of here with that
Wow.
shit. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. I love a good
job.
roasting.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver?
But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really.
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
This is getting worse and worse.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
Why does she know that? How does she know what I said in my mind?
They're all very good at reading his mind.
The part where your
Apparently.
sister stabs the victim. Dumbass. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
Okay, we're finally gonna get our Allegro